COVID-19 First Alert Forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
I wonder if all the aliens up above are having as much teeter-tottering with their weather as we're having down here.
It's been kind of a wild winter, swing back and forth, but now we're on our way up. Going to be feeling a lot more like spring this week, as we are seeing those temperatures warm as early as today. So your forecast, sunshine today, beautiful bright day, high temperature 52 degrees this afternoon, and that's courtesy of a west to southwest breeze around 10 to 15 miles per hour. So we are going to be a lot warmer out there, and it is a great day to enjoy that extra hour of daylight in the evening now. Sunset at 7:26 p.m. with those temperatures still even at 6 o'clock remaining around 50 degrees with the sunshine and a southwest breeze around 12 miles per hour. It is chilly right now, not as cold as we could be though. We should be in the upper 20s this time of year. Right now we have fallen to freezing, 32 in Cleveland, but we're staying above freezing. Menor, Ashtabula, Lorain to Elyria, and Sandusky, courtesy of that wind. A little bit colder down south where there is still going to be some snow on the ground. If it survived yesterday, it's going to have a hard time surviving today with that stronger March sunshine and those much warmer temperatures. First Alert Doppler is quiet. It did pick up on the potential for a few flakes overnight in the snow belt, but that system has quickly exited. The clouds are even gone, and so we've got sunshine area wide, and it's going to be very nice here with high pressure and control as active weather stays to our south. In fact, we'll be talking about quiet weather over the next several days. Here's a look at our First Alert Future View. Not much going on today. Tomorrow, sunshine, abundant sunshine as well. On Tuesday, we will see a front moving through. This is not going to bring any type of precipitation. We'll bring some clouds and falling temperatures later in the day. So I have a high of 60 on Tuesday. I'd say that's going to be more towards midday with a bit chillier conditions for the afternoon. Wednesday, we're going to stay pretty quiet. You do see a little bit of green showing up here. I think the air is going to be too dry to see anything reaching the ground. So I'm going to keep us dry on Wednesday as well, despite some added cloud cover. Thursday, not looking bad. Friday, we warm up, and then a storm system is coming for the weekend. There's going to be a major storm system, strong low pressure in the central part of the country, but even locally, we'll see some showers. Even some thunderstorms could be scattered on Saturday. It's going to be very windy on Saturday, and then that will give way to widespread showers, if not even some storms Saturday night into Sunday as well. So that's when our next opportunity for some rain is going to come and active weather. Until then, though, enjoy the nice weather. 52 degrees today, milder and a bit breezy, but not too bad. We'll keep the breeze up overnight, 10 to 15 miles per hour from the southwest, and that will keep us above freezing too, low around 37 overnight. Here's a look at your First Alert 7-day, warming to 58 tomorrow. Keep in mind there'll be likely a lake breeze, so lake shore will be a little bit chillier. Windy for all of us on Tuesday, falling temperatures late in the day, so a little bit cooler on Wednesday at 53, but 65 Thursday, 70 on Friday and Saturday, and Saturday is when I'm watching for some active weather with a chance for storms.